All of the 23 egoists are back under one roof, and the World Cup countdown has officially begun. I truly believe the Blue Lock is now entering its best arc yet. What's going on, everyone? My name is Animasu, and today we'll be taking a look at the Blue Lock Chapter 309 leaks that have just released. As always, if you'd like to read along with the panels, make sure to join my Discord with the link below. If you want to stay up to date with Blue Lock in general or just support me, please make sure to also click that subscribe button and comment below any thoughts you have. I hope you all enjoyed today's leaks and have an amazing day for me. The Blue Lock Chapter 309 leaks open with intro text over the skyline which says, "A fierce battle for survival is inevitable. Blue Lock, the host country in the U-20 World Cup, only has one goal: victory." Basically, it's hype hour. The sun rises over the city, social media is exploding, and people are out here losing their minds over Japan's group stage. Poster flying around saying stuff like, "Is this the group of death?" or "What is this group even about?" So yeah, we're definitely entering peak Blue Lock times and matches. Isugi meanwhile is shown on page 2 getting ready at home. He's tying his shoes, packing up, and saying his goodbyes. He tells his parents to become #1 in the world that he'll defeat any kind of opponent. His mom and dad give him a cheerful take care, and you already know this is one of those peaceful and wholesome moments before the storm. Isugi pauses at the door, turns around, smiles at them, and finally steps out to the place of his dreams, Blue Lock. We then get a nice shot of the Blue Lock facility perched atop of a hill, along with a little reminder that there are 30 days left into the U-20 World Cup arc. Just outside, Isugi runs into Batsura, and they immediately fall into the usual dumb banter. Batsura stares him down like he's trying to figure out if Isugi hit a growth spurt or he's just standing on a rock. Isugi shrugs it off, saying it's only been 2 weeks, not 2 years. Itoshi then shows up to crash the conversation and randomly drops that he grew a centimeter, like that's supposed to impress anyone. Isugi and Batsura start roasting him on the spot, asking if he's fishing for compliments or just lonely. Rin gets defensive, but still walks off with that same cold energy, even though he just low-key third-partied this entire conversation. Once inside, we see the rest of the Blue Lock 23 already gathered in the main hall. Katasu throws out some dry sarcasm, Aiku dubs Isugi and Rin the double aces, and everyone else is just chilling. We even get this huge double spread that shows the full squad assembled, and everyone looks sharper, more confident, and fully locked in. That's when Ego finally steps in, showing up in person to address them all directly. He basically praises their 2 weeks of special training and tells them that they're no longer the same players they were before. He immediately flips it though and says stuff like bonds and being sentimental doesn't matter now. All that matters is results. He reminds them that they didn't come here to make friends, they came here to win, and now it's time to focus on the next stage. Then he throws in one of the classic mic drop moments and tells them to use him the same way he's planning to use them. That line definitely hits harder if you remember what Saya and Nagi said back in the last chapter about using Blue Lock as a springboard. Ego is making it very clear that Blue Lock is just a vehicle and not the destination. He continues on speaking as everyone listens in silence. His eyes are burning with focus and determination as he reminds them what's at stake. But instead of praising them too heavily, Ego tells them not to make this their peak. He warns them not to live off memories and challenges them to push past everything they've done so far. It's time to move forward into the future. Then he spreads out his arms and finally reveals the upcoming group stage matchups. The first match will be against Nigeria, the Kings of Africa, and in real life, they are very dominant in under 20. The second match is against France, the current #1 ranked team in the world, and also very good under 20 players in real life. And the third and final match is against England, the country that invented football. Ego is not sugarcoating anything. This group is stacked and there is no room for hesitation. Now I am a bit disappointed that the match order is exactly as we all expected, so I fear that it will be very predictable in the wins and losses, maybe not the goals though, we can hope. He announces that over the next 30 days, he's going to rebuild them. They're going to become a completely new egotistical team. This is the final training camp before the U-20 World Cup arc. As the camera pans across the group, we see the main players like Itoshi Rin, Isugi Oichi, and Shida Ryuze looking locked in. There's excitement and pressure in the air, but everyone seems very ready to go. Then the scene cuts to a familiar arcade. Nagi Seishiro is sitting in the same spot as before, playing the same game, only this time with his hoodie up. He clearly doesn't want to be noticed like before, and it looks like he's been sitting on the same thought for a while. He reflects on the decision he made, wondering if he chose correctly. He thinks on BARATSUTA offering to take over Blue Lock together, and thinks about what would have happened if he'd signed that deal. He's clearly been replaying that moment ever since. The flashbacks just keep coming. He remembers Isugi telling him not to quit. He remembers his old classmates asking if he's going to go pro, and reminds himself that the offer is still there. Even if it's not through joining the national team, he still has a path forward. But that's exactly what's eating at him. He questions if that path is really enough. He remembers moments from school, from the Blue Lock project, and everything that made time freeze for him. All of that flashes through his mind as he imagines standing alone in a Premier League stadium. He begins to ask himself, is this really what he wants? What lights that fire inside of him? Is it the sport himself, or is it Blue Lock? He starts thinking deeply about what his ego is really chasing. We then get a powerful double spread showing his aura coming back to life, and even though he's still playing the game, his mind is clearly back on the field. A ball is shown next to him, hinting that he hasn't given up yet. Something is still pulling him towards football. Right before the chapter ends, someone sneaks up behind Nagi and interrupts his thoughts. They hold up finger guns to his head and call him out for being dead. Nagi turns around, surprised, and it's none other than Igarashi. From out of nowhere, the monk appears wearing a cap and looks completely unfazed. He just casually insults Nagi and ends the chapter like it's no big deal. It's almost as if you just got eliminated crying and you're already back alongside Nagi, just like Kunigami. Can we have any actual loss in this series? This is just a crazy reveal that comes out of nowhere, and I'm personally left wondering, will Igarashi be a part of the BARATSUTA 3 instead of Kira? Maybe he's been sent to convince Nagi to join up and leave Blue Lock behind, but let me know what you all think. We all know he absolutely gives zero shits about Ego Jinpachi or Blue Lock, so he would absolutely use them as a springboard just to not be a temple monk anymore. As for Kira, I know his philosophy might go against it based on just being eliminated in tag, but damn bro, I do not want to see him again. I just don't think it would be that crazy of a twist or impactful, but once again, let me know your thoughts. Anyways, the outro text for today's chapter says, "The one who showed up was a former comrade. On the battle overseas, the genius's spirit was ... Next week, Blue Lock chapter 310 drops on July 8th, titled Just Quit Already, and from the looks of it, we're diving even deeper into Nagi Seishiro's mental spiral. It's probably going to focus all on him trying to reason with himself about whether he still wants to play the sport at all, which honestly makes sense, but it's kind of crazy how far they're dragging this. For someone who used to be the definition of an effortless genius, watching Nagi get pulled apart introspection chapter after chapter has been very wild for me. Today's leaks though were very insane and cool for me. The entire tone shifts back to Blue Lock and it was done perfectly. An Ego's speech about using them for his own dream and asking them to use him back hits especially hard when you're thinking about Nagi and Itoshi Sai. Nagi seems to be the one person who still hasn't made his decision on the future, whether he's going to use Blue Lock as a stepping stone or leave it behind entirely. The fact that he's the one on the outside now, stuck in limbo, while the others are moving forward makes that line feel even more personal. Also, I don't want to brush past it because Shido was shown today and my heart was genuinely fluttering. I don't care if he didn't say anything much, I don't care if he didn't do much, I was just happy he kept showing up in the spreads and looking awesome. Seeing him standing there like he's just ready to cause absolute chaos in the next 30 days makes me feel alive again, and I cannot wait to see those super goals. Just imagine what Shido's gonna score in this arc. And with that, we wrap everything up for the Blue Lock chapter 309 leaks. The World Cup stage is finally set, the final 30 days of training have begun, and every major egoist is back in the picture except for one. Nagi's stuck on the edge of a decision that could change everything, and with Igarashi of all people showing up at the end, there is no telling where his story is heading next. Honestly, I just hope Igarashi joins over Kira, that's all I really want. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy the content I push out and would like to support the channel, please make sure to subscribe, comment below, and all that good stuff. I hope you have an amazing day. I'll see you all tomorrow for the official review of the chapter, and I have to go rest my voice now.